Hello everyone, it's nice being with you. If you are a Neco student, this video is for you. And in this video tutorial, we're going to look at the revision of the Neco 2021 paper 2 part 1 past questions. Now we're going to look at questions 1 to 5. Now these are the past questions that was given to you for question 1 to 5. And note that in this question, you are meant to answer all of the questions, and each questions carries 8 marks. So I advise students, as much as you can, answer your questions correctly. Now, in this video lessons, we are going to look at answers to question number 1. And question number 1 is on logarithm and indices. Question number 2 is on the coordinate geometry and the shape. Question number 3 is on speed and quadratic equation. Question number 4 is on differentiation and simple equation. And then question number 5 is on the frequency table. So we are going to, in the next 5 videos, be bringing you answers to questions from this part 1. So don't miss out. Subscribe to this channel so that each time you'll be notified when any of these videos solutions are produced. Now, without wasting much time, let's go to a whiteboard and see how we can get an answer to question number 1. Question number 1 says, without using mathematical tables, find the value of log 6 base 10 plus log 45 base 10 plus minus log 27 base 10. Now let's look at the solution to these questions. Let's go to the whiteboard. Now look at that question. If you look at that questions properly, you are asked two things. You are asked to find the value of log. You are asked to find the value of log 6 base 10, plus log 45 base 10 minus log 27 base 10. Now, if you are asked to solve this logarithm question, remember they are all carrying the same words, the same base. So you don't need to do an extra work. All you need to do is to remember the basic principles of logarithm. And what are the basic principles of logarithm? The addition law says if you have log of what? Log of 10 base a plus what? Log of what? 10 base b, your result is going to be log of what? Log of 10 base a what times what? B. And if you have, on the other hand, the division law, if you have the multiplication law, if you have log of what? Log of 10 base a minus log of what? Log of 10 base a, your logarithm will be equal to what? Log of what? 10 base a over what? A over b. So I want you to take note of that. Those are the laws and the principles you need to what? You need to work with. Now let's go straight into the solution. Now, if we look at the first question, you are asked to find the logarithm of the first part. We are given logarithm of log 6 base 10 plus log 45 base 10. So in that instance, we'll have our log to be log 10 log in base 10. That will give us what? This addition sign will give us 6 times what? Times 45, right? All over what? 27, because subtraction will give you the what? Division sign. So if we simplify this, we are going to have what? We are going to have a log of what? 6 times 45 will give you, you are going to point your calculator because you'll be required to point calculator. 6 times 45 will give you what? 200 and what? And 70. Neco requires you to use calculator, so you can make good use of that. Over what? Over 20 what? Over 27. So having gotten that, the next thing you will now do is to what? Is to simplify this. That will give you what? That will give you log of what? Log of 10 into bracket. This divided by this will give you what? 10. So that will give us log 10 base 10. And remember the find one simple principle of logarithm, or laws of logarithm. If you have log of a base a, your result is what? Is 1. So if we have log of 10 base 10, our answer will be equal to what? Log of what? 10 base 10. That will be equal to what? 1. So our result for this theory question is what? Is 1. Now take note of this. It's very, very important that you bear in mind this what? This solution. Now let's look at the next question. The next question says solve the equation 8x equal to what? To 32. That's the what you were given. 8x equal to 32. Now let's go back to our whiteboard. We are asked to solve. Whenever you are asked to solve, it means you are asked to find the final solution. We are given what? 8x equal to what? 30 what? 2. Now, two things I used to tell my students whenever you are given this kind of question, the first thing you should ask yourself is, what can I raise to power that can give me an equal power or an equal base? And remember, in this indical equation, you need to have equal power to cut the power, or you need to have an equal base in order to destroy the what? The base. Now, if you are given this kind of question, the first thing that will come to your mind is to make the base to be common, or to make the powers to be common. Now, we'll make the base to be common because it will be easier. We can raise 2 to power 3, right? 2 to power 3 will give us what? Will give us 8, right? And we can also raise 2 to power 5. That will give us what? 32. So you see, we will now have what? A common base. The next thing we will now do, 3 times x will give us what? 2 raised to power what? 3x equal to what? 2 raised to power what? 5. Very easy. So now we have a common base. This will cut this, right? And the next thing we'll have is what? The powers will be equal to the power. That will be 3x equal to what? 5. So with this, we can easily solve because our x now will now be equal to 5 over 3. So in this kind of question, make sure you get your 8 marks completely. That is how your number, your marks starts what? Starts counting. Now let's look at the final question. Let's look at the final question. The final question says, simplify 81 raised to power 1 over 6 over 27 raised to power 1 over 9. Now you are given a question, and the question says you should simplify 81 raised to power 1 over 6, right? 1 over 6 all over what? 27 raised to power what? Raised to power minus 1 over what? 9. This is what? Indices. And all you need to know is to know how to solve this question accurately. Now, one good thing I also used to tell my students is when you are given a question like this, see how you can break this so that the power this will give you will be equal to the what? The base, the denominator of this fraction. Make sure that you can raise, look at what you can raise to power this, so that the power this will give you will be able to what? Easily cut off the decimal, the denominator of the what? Of the fraction. Now you're going to see how we'll go about that. Now 81, we want to reduce 81. If we reduce 81, what are we going to get? Let's look at 81. That 81 will now give us what? 81 will give us if we raise 3 to a power of if we raise 3 to a power of how many things, what can you multiply together that will give it 3? That is 3 times, that'll give you 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 will give you 9. 9 times 3 will give you 27. 27 times 3 will give you 81. So that will give us 3 raised to power 4, all into bracket what? 1 over what? 6. We've reduced that. And 27 will give us 3 raised to power what? 3 into bracket what? Minus 1 over what? 9. Good. Now we are reducing it gradually. That will now give us what? This will now give us 3 raised to power 4 times 1 over 6 all over what? 3 raised to power 3 times what? Minus 1 over what? 9. So 2 here will give us 2, and then 2 here will give us what? 3. So having gotten to this point, the next thing, this will give us equal to what? 3 raised to power what? 2 over 3 all over what? 3 raised to power minus 1 over 3. So we are gradually getting to the end of this solution. The next thing we're going to do, remember, this will be equal to what? 3 raised to power 2 over 3 divided by what? 3 raised to power minus 1 over what? Over 3. Now remember, in indices, you have if you have a raised to power 2 minus or divided by what? A raised to power 5, your result will be a equals to what? A raised to power 2 minus 5. Why? Because they have common what? They have common base. So we are going to apply that logic here. So this will now give us what? 3, a common base, raised to power what? 2 over what? 3 minus bracket minus 1 over what? 3. So this will give us what? 3 into brackets 2 over 3 plus what? 1 over what? 3. Now let's simplify the power. This will be 2 over 3 plus what? 1 over what? 3. Now they have a common base, and that is what? 3. That will be a common factor. 3 divided by 3 will give you 1. 1 plus 2 will give us what? 2 plus what? 3 divided by 3 will give us 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. So we are going to have what? 3 over what? 3 over 3. And remember, 3 over 3 is going to be 1. So our final result will be equal to what? 3 raised to power what? 1, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 3. So you see, solving questions like this can be very easy. And I want you to go through this solution so that in the next exams, if you are given any question on has to do with indices and logarithm, you can be able to solve them accurately. Now take your time, go to learn more about the laws of logarithm and laws of indices, and you can be able to understand more of this. Now let's look at the next question. In our next video lessons, we'll be looking at the next question, question number 2a. And that question number 2a says, a straight line is a question on coordinate geometry. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when the solution to these questions is brought up. Remember, this question is also going to take you 8 marks, and you need to be very good in coordinate geometry to answer this question. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you watch our subsequent videos. Thank